Confidence. Do you want a strong body with a great mind and a day-to-day sense of achievement? Well, you've come to the right place. Go do a martial art now. Why should you do a martial art? Right, let's bring it down a touch. There are so many unbelievable mental positive things that come from doing a martial art. It relishes your body. Your body feels excellent for doing it. But the most important thing that I find with martial arts, and why I think everyone should do them, is the way it makes you feel about yourself and the way that your mind is on a day-to-day basis as a result of knowing this skill. First of all, if you're anything like me, which I'm completely fucking average on most things, so we're somewhat similar somewhere. It is terrifying to go and do a martial art. It really is something that is quite a horrible feeling, of this anxiety that comes with not knowing what you're doing. You don't know where you're going with something. You've got no former experience with it, and if you're a bloke, you are dealing in a realm in which your primordial sense of worth is being challenged. Not knowing how to fight as a bloke is we perceive that as a weakness, and it is a weakness. That's why we perceive it as such. If you can't defend yourself, you are weaker than someone that can, truth be told. So going into it in itself, you go, I really don't want to do this thing. Which means if you do this thing, you get the best sense of, wow, I can do something that I really didn't want to do. I was scared of doing. I can do it anyway. I can do this. And having that mindset in itself brings so many positive things into your life. A plethora of good things come as a result of challenging that adversity. So in itself, the difficulty that comes with just going to a martial art in itself is worth doing it. Secondly, being able to take care of yourself just makes you, on a day-to-day basis, feel so much better about who you are as a person. You feel more capable, you feel like you stand taller, you feel like you're more of a physical presence in the rooms that you find yourself in. You will exude a level of confidence that you wouldn't have if you don't know how to take care of yourself. Simply put. And it's not about constantly like showing that you know what you're doing. Not at all. It's just the way that you are on a day-to-day basis is different. It simply is different. If you know what to do with yourself, and you know that if shit hit the fan, you can catch it, you're alright. It will help you on that front. It will help in your social endeavours. It will help when you're trying to get to talking to, if you're trying to get to talking to a birdie, you can tell someone who knows what they're talking about, or knows they can handle themselves, should I say. If you're just trying to be a positive influence in any group, knowing that you can take care of yourself and that you're good on your own basis is fantastic, and it will do you a lot of favours over your lifetime. With that goes the obvious positives of the fact that you're doing some really strenuous work if you're doing a martial art, and that brings with it its own confidence. Your body's going to look good. You're going to look good if you do a martial art. And whether people like to admit it or not, it's this stupid fucking thing that we can't just say, people that have good physiques look better than people that don't and are healthier. Fuck off. I'm not talking about that. If you look good, you will feel good. And those two things contingently will do you a lot of favours. I can promise you that. So between the anxiety that comes with doing it, the anxiety that comes between starting and actually doing it is massive. Overcoming that is a serious achievement. And it's one that you will take with you on a day-to-day basis. I can talk from experience on the matter. It's just something that as a bloke, a young bloke, any age for that matter, you should put yourself in these scenarios. You should find yourself in uncomfortable positions that you know have a definitive end goal level of growth that comes with doing it. If you do a martial art, nothing bad will happen as a result of that. All of your emotions will become either mellowed if they need to be, or heightened if they need to be, you will come to a much more solid base level of existence on all fronts. That is just factual. If you do it, you will understand what I'm saying when I say that. Your body will feel better, your body will look better, and your mind will follow. It has, I mean, even further than that, it's got so many positive little things of being in a group of people that you feel like you've got these common interests, and you're all there doing the same thing. You're all there on the same idea of, I want to challenge the weakness of my mind. And with that, you find people that are like-minded, which helps if you're someone that finds yourself in an instance such as the lonely chapter, not knowing where you stand with regard to, you've left people that are not good for you and you haven't quite got to the next level yet. Something like a martial art definitely brings you into the realm in which you can find like-minded people. Go do a martial art. Seriously, if the message has not been clear yet, go and do a martial art. Even if you just try it, it's, you will have, I can't even put a number on how much more experience and how much you will grow and gain over someone that doesn't go once. If you go once to a really tough martial art, go and do a Muay Thai session, and you will genuinely understand that even if I never do this again, there is a realm in which the people that do that are a significant advantage over the people that don't. It's just, it is plain black and white facts. The Dunning-Kruger effect will come into play. You will realise, if you're anything like most people, that you cannot just go into a fight and hope that you get angry enough to sort yourself out. That won't happen. And that in itself will bring to a head maybe some issues with regard to your ego that needs to be solved. If you go in there and you realise, hang on, every single person in here can sort me out if they wanted to, and I thought that if I just got angry enough I'd be alright, your ego gets deflated in the most positive of manners. You lose that attachment to this radical, strangely entitled feeling of ego, in which you'll walk around feeling like you're hot shit when you're not. Crushing that ego a bit and bringing yourself back down to a mediated level of knowing where you stand, and knowing that, you know, if you go to a martial art and this becomes a sacrilege of yours, that you can take care of yourself. That is a positive framed ego. That is an ego that is backed up with authority in relation to experience. If you are someone that has a strong ego, which is something that I have suffered with, and you don't have the things to back it up, you are fucked. You will not survive. You need to abolish that. And going and doing a martial art is fantastic for that. I'm going to leave the video here. I feel like I've done enough to try and prove that this is something you should do. Go and do it. It will be scary. It will be uncomfortable. You will love it.